Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be all about this Pat McGrath Glass Skin Setting Spray. Does it truly give you glass skin in a can? I hope so. So if you want to find out if you're able to spray glow literally onto your skin, then keep watching. Okay, so here we have Pat McGrath's Legendary Glow Setting Spray. It claims to offer iconic glass skin and 16-hour wear. As per the brand, you can achieve Pat's signature glass skin glow with Skin Fetish Glass 001 Legendary Glow Setting Spray. This weightless formula locks makeup in place for 16 hours while maintaining colour vibrancy all day. Transform your look with a customizable finish, mist once for a radiant glow or layer for glass skin glam. It's infused with aloe leaf, cucumber and black tulip extracts for a multi-benefit formula that hydrates and seals in makeup with an otherworldly shine. Sounds delightful. So the key claims here are that this gives you a dewy glass effect finish, locks makeup in place for 16 hours. It also has some skincare-ish ingredients, although being the last layer of your makeup, I'm not sure how useful they'll be. Keeps makeup color true all day, a comfortable, lightweight formula, and you will get 100 mils for your money, £36.38. So I have possessed this setting spray for a good couple of weeks now. It took a long time to come. I think this was again back to like the slowest of Pat McGrath's delivery. It took a good couple of weeks to come and then I was on holiday. So I haven't used it as much as I would like. I've only just started using it in the last week and really getting to know this product. And spoiler alert, I like it. So today for science, I did an entire face, eyes, lips, skin, cheeks of matte makeup. And if you've been here before, you'll know quite how much that's hurt my soul. I'm dead inside. And I feel like I look dead because matte skin and matte makeup typically is not really something I'm a big fan of. There's no highlighter on my skin. I've literally used everything matte as I could find in my mostly glowy collection to see just how much glow this can give us. Now it's also first thing in the morning here. I've literally just dropped my children off in the school run and we're also going to see how this makeup holds up at the end of the day, what the glow looks like throughout the day, so that we can really see whether this is going to do what it literally says on the can. So let's dive into the demo. So we are going to have a pretty good test for this spray today because I'm managing to film first thing, which is a delight, but it's lovely, warm, sunny and very humid outside and I've got a long day ahead. We've got more filming and editing to do, then school runs, then dinners, and then we've got gymnastics. So I won't be getting home until about 8 o'clock tonight. So we're going to give this a good like 10-hour wear test to see what the makeup is looking like, but bear in mind that, as I said, I did a full face of matte makeup. So matte makeup typically wears pretty well, and so I was kind of torn between, you know, using products that I know don't typically wear that well and seeing if this really truly extends the life of makeup as well as giving us glow and actually showing the glow, which I think is the most important part of this spray. So I do have a full face of matte makeup on, which I would expect to wear very well for 8 hours solid. So we'll see. What I want to see is that it's not causing my makeup to get shinier and shinier throughout the day, and it's not breaking down makeup quicker than it typically would. So let's take a little look at the component. It is a pressurized can and it has a twist cap to turn the spray on or off, which I really like because actually the twist completely covers the spray nozzle in there. When you twist it, it covers up or exposes the nozzle. So perfect for travel, perfect for makeup artists, which I think will be a really big focus of this product. It's a really professional product that a lot of us can get some use and joy out of as well. So as it does say, you can customize the amount of glow that you get. So this is my before. As you can see, all matte products, very little glow at all coming from my skin, just a little bit where like the light is naturally hitting. Okay, so I'm gonna do one side first with a light layer. I know it's important to let this dry down before like building it up. So we're going to do one side with a light layer. Make sure you shake it off before you get started. I feel scared, I don't know why. Okay. I feel wet, I'll say that much. So I do really like the mist. It is a very lightweight mist, so you don't feel like splodges hitting your face, which can be like my absolute nightmare red flags when it comes to any kind of setting or finishing spray. You don't feel like droplets, but it is quite a powerful mist, okay? Expect to feel it. And it does feel like wet, like you don't feel like it's a sort of a dry spray. It does feel wet, moist, if you will. So here we have one light layer that feels dried down now compared to the other side. So I would definitely say that first light layer is a subtle glow, but it's definitely there. It literally looks as though I've applied highlighter on this side versus this side. So no spray, one light pass of the spray. You can see that on my forehead as well, versus this side, definitely more matte, definitely quite a bit more glow on my forehead and my skin in general. Now, as far as how it feels, right now, it doesn't feel any tackier than the side that has no spray on it. So I don't expect it to take a long time to dry down, and it does set down, so you don't have to worry about it feeling sticky or tacky or like your hair sticking to your face after you've applied it and it's had a chance to dry down. You won't feel it. Okay, so we have now dried down, I think, and we're going to do a second layer to see how glowy we can get with this second pass. Again, shaking. And we're going to do a bit of a heavier layer this time. Really want to see how much glow it can give us. It really feels like very light. It's strange because, like I said, you can't feel any drops hitting your face, which is really good because that will leave splodges, but you feel soaked. After you've applied it, I literally feel like I've had an absolute soaking in the rain or something. Like, literally look at my hair. I got drenched then, okay? But it's very even, it's very light and airy, but at the same time you end up soaking wet afterwards. It's a very strange experience. So please note, if you do not want to get your hair wet, you're going to have to be quite careful not to let this get on your hair. Okay, so I've given that second coat now a while to dry down, and so you can see the finished effect. Really glowy now. And now at this point, with a couple of layers, I feel like it's transformed my makeup from being this all matte foundation, matte bronzer, matte blush, into what looks like I could be wearing quite a dewy foundation. You know, again, it really looks like I've applied highlighter. I've got a gorgeous glow to the skin, but I don't think it looks like crazy shiny either. It looks just like I've applied a glowier foundation and highlighter as opposed to just use a spray over all matte products. So I definitely feel like as far as the glow, it does exactly what it says on the tin, and I am excited. So a glowy lubber, I feel like all of our dreams might have come true as long as this wears well. So let's do a second close-up side by side. We have the all matte side and 2 layers with the glow spray. You can definitely see the difference, I feel. So let's even her up. It's really nice because it's actually quite warm in here today, and this is a lovely, if very wet experience. I do feel like it takes the edge. You know, one of the things I don't like about a lot of matte products in my makeup is that it can look sort of heavy and powdery and just a bit less natural than I find glowy products to be on me. I feel like just that lighter layer of this product just really melts those matte powders into the skin, and everything starts to look more natural, lighter, less heavy, less powdery, less thick, less cakey. Everything is now really naturally melting into the skin and looking more skin-like. So now we have like one light layer. By the way, if I look really strange and stiff today, I've put my neck out again this morning, so because there's only so far I can turn in either direction. I'm so sorry. But this is, I'm having to like turn my entire body rather than just move my head. So you might think I'm looking a little Tin Man-ish today. But this is like one layer of the spray versus two. I don't notice a dramatic difference between the two layers. I don't know if you guys do, but to me they pretty much look the same between like the built up side and the one layer side. Is that just me? But as far as the glow, I love it, because I really didn't like my makeup this morning because everything was just so matte, and it just, for me, it looks heavy, it doesn't look natural, and it doesn't feel very comfortable either. And now just this little spray and I look my usual glowing self. I feel like I look more skin-like. I think it's more youthful, more flattering on me, and I just love how the glow looks. I do actually think, having just looked in the monitor there, that the two layered side does, I can see a difference now, I feel. It definitely does look glowier, I think. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go about my day, and I'll pop back. I'll pop back in a couple of hours just to see how everything has dried down and see what we're doing. And then I'll pop back at the end of the day so you can see how my makeup's worn and how the glow has worn. Does it dry down and disappear, or does this glow stay this fresh and like hydrated and juicy and glowing for the whole day? Because that's what it claims to do. So I want to see that happen, okay? So I will see you very shortly. Okay guys, so I've been filming another video and doing some editing, and it's now been a couple of hours since I first applied this spray on top of my makeup. So also maybe 2.5 hours since I finished my makeup, and then 2 hours since I applied the spray, and it's, I would say, looking exactly the same as it was when I freshly applied it. So I don't think it's something that dries down and loses its glow. It seems to really keep the glow as time goes on. So let's do a little close-up check-in. This is the side, if you remember, that had like the 2 layers, and then this is the side with 1 layer of the setting spray. Do you see a difference so far? I don't. I feel like it still looks really fresh and freshly applied and healthy and glowy. I'm really happy with it. This can make me like a lot more makeup products that I typically don't like because they're too matte for me. I feel like I'm going to be able to start wearing a lot more of my blushes in the future. I also thought maybe we'd try this like on my shoulders and see how we like that. Is that a good idea? I think it is. Because I don't love like body shimmer products because I always end up with it all over my hands. So this could be a really good solution to like body glow without getting shimmer and sparkle on your clothes or your hands, because this isn't shimmer and sparkle, it's literally luminosity. There's no visible glitter. Let's try. See how it does on the body. I'm gonna just dispense that a little more evenly. I mean, that looks gorgeous. It looks a little like almost like I'm sweating. Could be a good or a bad thing depending on your preference, but I'm interested to see how that lasts throughout the day as well. Okay, so I'm going to pop back at the end of the day and we'll see how glowy the face and these shoulders are looking. See you in a few. Okay guys, so we're back. It's the end of the day, and I'd say it's been about 9 hours since I did my makeup and 8.5 since I applied the spray. So as you can see, this glow does not sort of diminish throughout the day, which I think is fantastic. Like, I really thought when I first used this that, you know, it would be glowy because it was wet on the skin, that once it dried down you would lose that glow, and you definitely haven't. It's still, I would say, just as glowy on the skin as it was when I like freshly applied it. It still looks like I'm wearing highlighter and, you know, a glowy foundation. As far as how my makeup's worn, given that we're at the 9+ hour mark, I think it's done phenomenally well. Like I said, I was wearing all matte makeup, so you wouldn't expect it to be like gone at the 6-7 hour mark, but there really is barely any sign of wear at all. I would say I'm slightly shiny at the sides of my nose, and bear in mind it's about 30 degrees here today. I took my children to the park after school and was there for a good 45 minutes, feeling very, very warm in direct sunlight, and it's been a busy day rushing around here, there and everywhere. So I would say that that is pretty good under these circumstances. It certainly does not negatively affect the wear of makeup, which is something I was worried about with this product. You know, typically when you make something super glowy, it doesn't then wear as well, and most glowy products get glowier as they wear throughout the day, and this definitely isn't the case. I think it looks beautiful still on the skin. I think my makeup has worn gorgeously, no problems whatsoever, and it still looks gorgeously glowy for a full face of matte makeup, so I'm pretty happy with that. So after I'd done my final check-in and filmed all of my thoughts with the spray as I applied it this morning, I decided to drench this side of my face to show you what it looks like if you really go to town with this product. And as you can see, you really can get like maximum glow if you want to. This is like uber glowy. So this is the side, if you remember, we did sort of 2 light layers and let each layer dry down. And then here I just literally soaked my skin and it is uber glowy now. But again, there's no shimmer, there's no sparkle. It literally just looks exactly as described as glass skin. Gorgeous. Maybe a little too much for a lot of people, but you can't really argue with the glass skin claim, can you? And also, I will just point out, I was wearing sunglasses a lot of today, and that has definitely left a mark on my nose. So it's not creating a bulletproof makeup, put it that way. So obviously the claim of this setting spray is that it gives you 16 hours of wear. I'm never going to wear my makeup for 16 hours, I don't think. So I can't fully check that box off, but the rest of the boxes, I would say it does what it says on the tin. It is gorgeously glowy and it isn't relying on shimmer or sparkle. It literally looks like luminosity and glowy skin, as if you've applied a really beautiful natural glowy highlighter or a really gorgeously glowy foundation. So this is such a little useful product for me that I really don't have anything that does quite what this does at all. A finishing, a setting spray that takes away the powderiness, that sets your makeup down and locks it in place for the day, despite there being, you know, warmer weather or more humidity or a long day. It's helped my makeup wear really, really well. But the glow is what I love about this. If I can wear a full face of matte makeup and then add glow, I'll be unstoppable. You know, I don't really love matte foundations. I can appreciate them, and I know for people with an oilier skin type or just a bit more oil production naturally in their skin, matte foundations can look stunning and really be your favourite. But if you don't have a lot of natural oil coming throughout the day, like I don't really, then they can look really flat and almost dry. So the fact that I can now use matte foundations, give myself a little bit of this spray, and it will give me that luminosity that I really love, means I can wear and use and enjoy a lot more makeup products. I'm really impressed with it. I think it's gorgeous. It's not too much, which I might have expected it to be, and I feel like it's exactly what it claims to be, and it's quite a unique, innovative little product. I don't know of anything else quite like this, so I'm really happy with it. So there you have it. Please let me know if you're interested in this spray. Is it what you expected? Have you tried it? Would you like to try it? What are your thoughts on this Pat McGrath Glass Skin Setting Spray? Please let me know in the comments section down below. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.